Welcome to our podcast. Today, we're diving deep into relationships and dating advice. Let's jump right in.
I'm so excited about this topic. Where do you think we should start?
Well, I think it all begins with understanding yourself, When
Absolutely.
you're self-aware, you can really connect with someone on a much deeper level.
Yeah, that makes sense. So how does one become more self-aware?
It's about reflecting on your values, desires, and even your triggers.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if you know you value open communication, you're more likely to seek out a partner who feels the same way.
Right. It's like when you understand yourself, you can better communicate your needs.
Exactly. And taking time for self-reflection is key.
Yeah,
Journaling or chatting with a close friend can help you map out what you truly want in a relationship.
that's great advice. So, moving on, dating these days can feel pretty overwhelming, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. With all the swiping and messaging, it can get a bit much.
Totally.
But I like to see dating as a journey of discovery. Each date is an opportunity to learn more about yourself and what you're looking for.
That's a positive way to look at it. So, instead of stressing over finding the one, we should focus on genuine connections.
Exactly. Approaching dating with curiosity and openness can make it so much more enjoyable. Asking open-ended questions like, what inspires you, can really help you get to know someone.
And if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. Rejection can actually be a form of redirection, right?
Yes, it's like every no brings you closer to a yes.
Yeah,
It helps you refine what you're looking for and builds resilience.
I like that perspective. Now, what about emotional intelligence in relationships? How important is that?
Oh, it's crucial. Being aware of your own emotions and empathizing with your partner's feelings can strengthen your connection. Couples who
Absolutely.
communicate openly tend to have more satisfying relationships.
So, do you have any tips for improving emotional intelligence?
One effective strategy is using I statements during tough conversations. Instead of
Right.
saying, you never listen, try, I feel unheard when I share my thoughts.
That shifts the focus and reduces defensiveness. Active listening is important too, isn't it?
Definitely. Really tuning in when your partner speaks, putting away distractions, making eye contact, it shows respect and deepens the bond.
Mm-hmm.
Reflecting back what you hear can also ensure you're understanding them correctly.
That's so true. But what about when conflicts arise?
Conflicts are natural in any relationship.
Yeah.
It's how you handle them that matters. Viewing disagreements as opportunities for growth can transform your relationship.
I agree, but sometimes it's hard to stay calm in the moment. Any suggestions?
Taking a step back and a deep breath can make a huge difference.
Right.
Giving yourself a little time to cool off allows you to approach the situation more rationally.
And coming back to the conversation with empathy and a willingness to compromise?
Exactly. Apologizing sincerely and forgiving genuinely can really strengthen your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Studies show that couples who resolve conflicts constructively often have deeper trust.
That's encouraging. But, sometimes being vulnerable is just so scary.
I get that. Opening up isn't easy, but vulnerability is at the heart of meaningful connections.
Yeah.
Sharing your fears and dreams builds trust and intimacy.
So, you're saying we should embrace our true selves, quirks and all?
Absolutely. The right person will appreciate you for who you really are. Vulnerability invites empathy and allows both partners to feel truly seen.
That's a powerful message. But what if someone isn't receptive to our vulnerability?
Well, that's important information too. If
Right.
someone can't accept you being authentic, it might indicate that they're not the right match.
That's a good point. Sometimes we need to recognize when it's time to move on.
Exactly. It's all part of understanding ourselves and what we need.
Yeah.
By being true to ourselves, we attract relationships that are genuine and fulfilling.
Earlier you mentioned self-reflection. Do you think therapy can play a role in that process?
Absolutely. Therapy can be a fantastic tool for gaining deeper self-awareness. It provides a safe space to explore your thoughts and feelings.
That's reassuring. Sometimes we all need a little help to understand ourselves better.
Definitely. Seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness.
Yeah.
It can lead to personal growth that benefits all areas of life, including relationships.
I'm glad we touched on that. So, to sum it up, building strong relationships involves self-awareness, open communication, and embracing vulnerability.
Exactly. When we
Right.
understand ourselves and communicate honestly, we create deeper, more authentic connections.
That's fantastic. I think our listeners will find this really helpful.
I hope so. Relationships can be challenging, but with the right tools and mindset, they can also be incredibly rewarding.
Couldn't agree more. Do you have any final thoughts?
Just remember that every relationship is a journey. Be patient with yourself and others, and don't be afraid to open your heart.
That's beautiful. Well, this has been a great conversation.
It really has.
Yeah.
Hopefully, our discussion inspires others to build stronger, more authentic relationships.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing.